Y de la policía secreta nazi de la Gestapo. Ambos edificios quedaron completamente arruinados por la bomba de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Con la división de Berlín,
So guys, excited to see the wall. This is the Berliner Wall. The famous wall that people wait the whole tour to see, that's it. Also, it's a cross, right? Just a light, a green light. Guys, does anybody want to share any impressions of the wall? Of what you imagine it to be to what it is in reality?
I imagine that it would be bigger.
Bigger, right? Taller, it's more scarier, thicker, right? And the graffitis are, these are in another part of the wall. This is East Side Gallery. I can show you to you on the map when we take a break. Okay. The famous graffitis. But you see, I totally agree with you. Because when I first came to Berlin and I saw the wall for the first time in my life, I got so disappointed with it. Yeah. I'm like, guys, where's the Great Wall of China? Really, this is the famous Berlin Wall? How come it was so impossible to cross? It's not even that tall and it's so thin. Yeah. I didn't get it. But what I didn't know, people, was that the Berlin Wall was not one wall, but two walls, running in parallel from each other. And in the middle zone, there was this zone called the Das Strand. All this area that we're standing. Basically, from the wall behind me until those trees right behind you where there was a second wall. And basically it used to be just sand, and underneath the sand, explosives, barbed wires, dogs nearby, 166 watching towers with soldiers ready to shoot anyone who tried to cross the wall. The soldiers, they would get an incentive of 1 vacation day for every person they kill, as well as cigarettes, vodka, wine, and stuff like that. And if they found a footprint on the sand on that strip and no body, that would mean that a soldier let someone cross, and if they found this out, the soldier could be punished or even killed. Now you can imagine, right, that it was quite impossible to cross the wall, because you would have to jump one wall, run all the way through the dash strip, and then even jump a second wall. However, we are humans and we are creative, and there are many stories of people who crossed the wall and were successful. But before I go into some of these stories, let me just take you back again to 1945, when the Soviets are here implementing socialism, not only on East Germany, but also on other Eastern European countries. Now Germany is in the heart of Europe, divided by this boundary called the Iron Curtain that basically divided Europe into two, West Capitalist Europe and East Socialist Europe. Now some people believe that Berlin is in the middle between the border of West Germany and East Germany, but actually no, Berlin is totally on the east side of Germany, on what used to be Soviet sector. But since Berlin has always been such an important city in Germany with such political and cultural influence, it also got divided into two, West Capitalist and East Socialist. What means that West Capitalist Berlin was an island, surrounded by a totally irregular 155-kilometer wall with Soviet sector behind it, and connected to West Germany by a road and an airport. So if you lived here in Berlin from 1945 until 1961, you could actually go from socialism to capitalism and vice versa. It didn't matter on what side of the city you lived, because you could live on one side and have a job on the other one. However, from 1945 until 1961, about 20% of the population of East Germany went to West Berlin, to the capitalist island, and then to the airport, and then to other countries around the world. So the Soviets are thinking that they gotta put a stop to this. Nikita Khrushchev, the leader of the Soviet Union, demands that JF Kennedy remove the American troops from West Berlin in order to make Berlin entirely Soviet. This negotiation is known to be the Berlin Crisis of 1961, and it lasted 2 months. At the end of this negotiation, JF Kennedy says, no, we're not removing our troops from West Berlin. And the next thing that we have on the 6th of August of 1961, 50,000 Soviet soldiers coming here at 3 o'clock in the morning and raising the Berlin Wall like this, overnight. People, at first a barbed wire fence wall. After 2 decades, a complete concrete wall like that one that you're seeing over there. So if you woke up on the wrong side of the wall, for example, Mom, I'm gonna go to my friends tonight, I will see you tomorrow for breakfast, okay? Guys, for about 28 years, families, friends, lovers, and whatever you can imagine, they got separated. And this is really harsh for us to imagine. As I mentioned before, we're humans and we are creative. About 5,000 people escaped using tunnels, and 148 died trying. Now, there's this story of a father who's an engineer. He builds an engine at home. The rest of the family soak a hot air balloon, like that one over there. They're flying the balloon. The soldiers are on the watching towers, ready to shoot anyone who tries to cross the wall. They see the balloon, but they get so shocked and so impressed with it that they're like, God damn it, guys. Good job. Just go. So they let them go, people, without even shooting at them. But of course, this only happened once, because 2 other families tried later, also with a hot air balloon. Not successful. Then later on, 1988, 1989, with the fall of the Soviet Union, the wall is unsustainable. Already too many demonstrations on East Germany in order to have free movement again. So during a public